Hey guys, so in this video we're going to look at who I think the Habs should pick with the 16th overall pick in this year's draft. Montreal has the 16th overall pick this year because they beat the Pittsburgh Penguins in the qualifying round, but then they lost to the Philadelphia Flyers in 6 games in the first round, and they were the team in the lowest in the standings who lost in the first round, so they have the 16th overall pick. If you haven't seen it already, make sure to check out my video looking at who I think the Leafs should pick with the 15th overall pick. I just posted that up earlier today, and I did the video because the Leafs just got the Penguins' first round pick, 15th overall, from the Kasperi-Kapanen trade, which sent Kapanen to the Penguins. And I was originally going to do this Habs video for a while, but I decided to just do the Leafs first because they got their pick is one spot earlier than the Habs. Now, two guys in particular who I really like for the Habs are Dawson Mercer and Hendrix Lapierre, and I think that if the Habs can get them, they would be great. Now, the two best players I think that Habs could probably get are Anton Lundell and Jack Quinn, who could be available for the Habs at 16, but I think it is very unlikely, as I see them both as probably top 15 picks. In my mock draft, I have Lundell going 13th to the Hurricanes, and I have Jack Quinn going 11th to the Nashville Predators. And I think Lundell actually should be a top 10 pick, but he is going. I had him drop in my mock draft just to change things up, but then there's always one player who surprises us and drops. So I think this year it's going to be Lundell, but maybe Lundell can be like last year's Caulfield, so that in the last video he could drop to number 15 and go to the Leafs, or maybe the Leafs don't take him, and the Habs can get him at 15. But I actually would rather Jack Quinn than Lundell because Anton Lundell is a center, and the Habs don't need another first-line center, as both Jesperi Kotkaniemi and Nick Suzuki have first-line center potential. I think they'll both be first-line centers. And we also have Ryan Poehling and Jesse Yolonen, both of which I think are going to be second- or third-line centers as well. So we're not in need of centers. Also, obviously, Philip Deneau and Max Domi are there as well. But Jack Quinn is a winger, and he can score. So imagine him on their first line with, let's say, Kotkaniemi or Suzuki, and then on the right side we have Cole Caulfield. So I think Jack Quinn would be a great addition, as I think he can be a 40-plus goal scorer, but for both of those players, getting either of them is very unlikely. And I think that the best player that the Habs could be able to take, that I think there's actually a good chance he might be available, is Dawson Mercer. He played for Team Canada at the World Juniors, and he won the gold medal with that team. He was their 13th forward, but he's still part of that team, and he helped the team quite a bit. So I think he can be a solid second liner in the NHL, and he'd be a pretty good pick for the Habs. Also, another guy is Hendrix Lapierre, and Hendrix Lapierre is French-Canadian, and Dawson Mercer, I think, is the guy who, if I were Bergevin, I would pick him. I think he's the best player who has a pretty good chance of being available at first overall for the Habs. I think that's who they should pick, but out of those two, the guy I think they're most likely to pick is Hendrix Lapierre. He's French-Canadian. He played for Chicoutimi in the QMJHL, and he only played like 18 games, 17 games this year, as Craig Button actually had him as one of the top 6 prospects this year at the beginning before he got injured, but then he got injured, and his draft stock dropped quite a bit, but I think he still is a top 20 pick in this year's draft, and I see him going anywhere from the 15th to 20th overall pick this year. Another guy I think they could take is Braden Schneider, also Caden Gooley, but those two are less likely because the Habs don't need another okay second pairing defenseman potential. With second pairing potential, as we already have Victor Mete, Cale Fleury, Noah Juleson, if he doesn't get injured too much and he can actually stay healthy, I think he still has that second pairing potential. Also, Josh Brook, Jaden Struble could possibly be second pairing defenseman as well. And we don't really need another guy. Now, Bryn Schneider and Caden Gooley, I think they both be the best of the bunch, but I don't think we're really in desperate need for either of them. But I think it is likely that we pick those two as well. But the main guys I'd like the Habs to pick, and I think they will pick, are Dawson Mercer and Hendrix Lapierre. especially since Lapierre is French-Canadian, and I think the Habs will like that. But all of the guys I just mentioned won't be able to play in the NHL for at least another 2 years. They've still got some time to grow and get better, but they're all pretty good players, so I wouldn't be disappointed if the Habs select either of them. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to leave a like and subscribe. And also comment down below who you think the Habs will pick at number 16 and who you think the Leafs might pick at 15 as well. So thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.